Hello, assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the continuation of yesterday's video criticizing Western biomedicine and about being vaccine critical. Part 2 will be discussing about the points that were talked about yesterday, especially why I cannot stand Western healthcare and why we should be more critical about Western biomedicine. In continuation of yesterday's point, I want to bring up that capitalism, which big pharma is built upon on, uh, influences healthcare and how they treat people. People are seen as profits. Any penny, any money is extracted, and the quality of healthcare varies depending on a person's socio-economic status and what are they able to afford. Often or not, private healthcare facilities are way better than publicly funded healthcare services, which are often understaffed or overworked. As a result, the quality of the treatments decline, and as a result, patient healthcare is compromised and put in danger. And often, like in the West, there are many illnesses and conditions which are considered incurable because not because there is no cure. It's because big pharma hasn't found a drug that they want to push out or a treatment they want to suggest, and that alternate medicines, especially traditional ones, pose a threat because they're not really about curing a person, they're not about helping a person. It's a business, it's all about the uh, profit at the end of the day. As a result, you will see when people go to surgeries that tools and equipment and other things have been left behind inside the person's body, which is extremely dangerous. And also, it is common for conditions to get misdiagnosed, and doctors and other healthcare professionals often gaslight people, like to make them feel that they are complaining too much when people know that there is something wrong with their body. They're often told that there's nothing until it's too late, or they have to go to a stage where they're reliant on big pharma medication or the treatment that is suggested by the doctor. And Western healthcare isn't inclusive, and historically it has been, and also presently it has been for privileged communities, and often it has caused harm for many marginalized groups. For example, back in the days, decades ago, disabled and mentally ill people were put under torture, um, because that is seen as the acceptable form of treatment. In today, this is horrendous. And decades earlier, from the 50s, women were diagnosed with hysteria when they go against what their family desires. And it wasn't too long ago, and still many countries considered uh, and consider LGBTIQ a community of being needing of cure, and often conversion therapy and other treatments such as aversion and electroshock therapy are administered under the disguise of health. So I would be very apprehensive to go to hospital, and I have experienced many trials and tribulations under the healthcare, which I'll probably do a story time about. But also like here in Aotearoa, specifically I'm referring to the colonizer state, not Aotearoa, New Zealand, where it has been revealed that in the hospital there has been racism, sexism, ableism, like queer phobia going on, and this does affect the quality of the treatment, and therefore we should be more critical and more cautious of Western healthcare.